Guys, in this video, we are going over how to bring more money into your life. I'm going to be going over a method called the money map method. Now, this is proven to work, and if you follow this method, you can't help but actually bring more money into your life. So if that's something that interests you, definitely keep watching because that's coming up next. What's up, guys? My name is Dave, and this is HeartSpace, where we are releasing videos every single day to help you live life more in a free way. You know, for me, that is being able to get to do what you want to do each and every single day, to move from your passion, from your heart, things of that nature. So if you want more videos that are going to help you do those things, hit that subscribe button and bell icon so you don't miss any of the content that we release. Now, today we're going over a big topic, and it's money. And I want to give you an incredibly practical tool you can start using right away that is, I guarantee, if you actually use, is going to help bring more money into your life. This is something I've personally been doing probably for around 6 months now. And I've seen a very steady increase in my income in that period since using this. In fact, if I go back to the beginning to now, I have in many months doubled my income from using this method. And there have been times I haven't been as consistent with this, and I've noticed the difference when I'm not as consistent with this versus when I am. This is very easy to apply. The method is very simple, but if you do this, I guarantee more money is going to come into your life. So like I said, it is called the money map method. Now, the important thing to understand with this method is it works using a specific law called Pearson's Law right here. And so what Pearson's Law states is very, very simple. And remember, we're saying Pearson's Law, not Pearson's theory, not Pearson's this sometimes works, this just works. It's called Pearson's Law. And Pearson's Law states that what you measure improves, but what you measure and record improves drastically. Okay, so what you measure improves, and what you measure and record improves drastically. And so if we want to improve our finances, if we want to improve, and you can use this also, guys, for any other area. You can use this in your health, you can use this in relationships, you can use this for whatever area you want to do it in. But what you measure and record improves drastically, and that is what the money map taps into with improving your income. You actually need to be measuring and recording certain things to guarantee an improvement in your income. And so this is how it works. It's very, very simple. I like to do this in a little moleskin journal where I will write out something like this, Monday, Tuesday, all the days of the week, and then however many days are in the month, and I will write all of this out. And then on the other side of the page, or kind of like, you know, in a notebook, you have the two sides on when you open it to one side or one page. On the other side, I'll have things that I'm going to go over here with you. Now, you can use a calendar. You can have a whiteboard like this with a calendar on it that you do this method in. I personally like using a journal because it allows me to look at my previous months, and it shows me how much progress I've made since I started, or from last month to this month, or whatever else, right? So it can help me set better targets based on the information I have from previous months. So I personally like having a journal for this, but it's really down to you. You could use something online, I don't know, a Google Calendar or something to do this as well. It's really up to you. So what you're going to do is set first a large goal, and that's really important. So let's say you typically make $5,000 or so in a month, and just insert whatever number you do. What most people tend to do when they're looking at how much more they want to make annually, or how much more they want to make on a monthly basis, they look at a certain goal that they know they can achieve, that's realistic. And that is the worst thing you can do when doing this, because it's not going to push you or help you grow or help you evolve in the process of doing this. And so if you go, okay, I make $5,000 usually a month, I'm going to go for $5,500, that's not going to be great. Because, you know, the famous saying is, if you shoot for the moon, you'll at least end up landing on the stars. And yes, that statement is incredibly astronomically incorrect. I think it must have been written at a time when people didn't realize that the moon was actually closer than the stars. But the point is, if you aim high and fall a little short, you'll still achieve something great. Where if you aim low and hit it, you're going to achieve less than if you aimed high. So for example, with the $5,000 a month example, instead of saying I'm going to make $5,500, what if you went for $9,000? But instead you didn't hit $9,000, you hit $7,500. Isn't that still infinitely better? I mean, it's not infinitely, we can mathematically equate how much better it is, but isn't that much better than getting $5,500? Even though you didn't hit your goal of $9,000, you still made $2,000 more than you would have if you just set the goal of $5,500, right? So yeah, you hit that small goal, but if you can just put your ego aside and aim for a big goal and be okay with maybe not hitting it, you're going to make more. So you need to set a large goal. That is essential at the beginning of each month when you do this. Okay, so you set a large goal. That is the first thing. So again, if you make typically 5,000 in a month, or you've made that and you want to go even for 10,000, double that, that's a good goal. But going for like 6,000 or 5,500 from 5,000 is not a good goal. Yeah, you'll achieve it and you'll feel great for achieving it, but you'll make less, you'll earn less, you'll have less motivation, inspiration to actually hit that larger goal. You will not be pushed, you will not be challenged to the point where you're going to improve your money situation that much. And the whole point of this is to, again, improve drastically. 5,000 to 7,500 is a pretty good drastic change. And then if the next month you go, okay, I'm going to aim for even higher, maybe I'll go 12,000, you do 10,000, whatever it is, right? Now you are drastically improving instead of these really small, like, oh, I made 500 more, or this month I made 200 more. So go for that large goal and don't be afraid if you fall a little short, because that falling a little short is going to be better than hitting a small goal. So hopefully I've really drilled that into you by now. Okay, next thing is you are going to look at the month. And again, guys, I know it's not the beginning of the month now, so just start at whatever day you're at. So just adjust for wherever you're starting this. For example, I did one for January, starting this process, but you can, if it's whenever you're watching this, just start at that time and then finish out the month, and then you can do all this at the beginning of the next month. Okay, so the next thing is money I know. Okay, so money I know. So what this means is you are going to look at all the money you know is going to come in during the month. It's already guaranteed. You're already 100% sure, or for close to, that this money's coming in. So for example, you might be a freelancer and you work with a certain client and they pay you on the 14th of every month a certain amount. So let's say it's $500. You do some work for them and they pay you on a reoccurring basis $500 a month. You are on the 14th of that month going to write $500 down right there. And let's say you have 200 coming in on the 21st of the month. You're gonna write 200, and you're gonna do that for all the money you know is coming in, and then you're gonna add all of that up, and you're going to get the money I know number. So let's say again your goal is to hit 8,000. You make typically or whatever, your goal is to hit 5,000 and 3,000 is going to come in. So you know that the money that's coming in is $3,000, and you've marked it all on the money map, all on the days that you know this money's coming in. So now what you're going to do, now that you know the money that's coming in, you are going to have a balance. And the balance is going to be your large goal minus the money you know is going to reveal your balance. So let's say our large goal again is 8,000. We subtract 3,000, so our balance is now 5,000. So we have a balance of 5,000. Now this is important because now this is what you're aiming for. This is the amount of money you need to make outside of the money you know in order to hit your large goal. And then after that, it comes down to daily tracking. That's what this one is. Remember, what is measured and recorded, not just measured, but measured and recorded. By tracking it daily, by writing down daily what's coming in during the day, you are now measuring and recording the money that's coming in. So daily tracking. One other thing to note, guys, is it's very important that you are only measuring and recording the money coming in. If you want to have something else for expenditure or money that's leaving your account, do that somewhere else. On this money map, you are focusing just on what's coming in. Remember, what you record and measure improves drastically. That means if you record the amount leaving, that will also improve drastically. And so in this practice, you're not focusing on that. Again, you can do those calculations because those are important too, but do those elsewhere. Don't do it in this exercise. Don't do it in the calendar you're doing this exercise. You are only focusing when doing this on the money that is coming in the money that you're earning. You're not going to be putting, okay, I earn this much, but this much left, so minus this. No, that's not happening. You are just focusing on the money that comes in. Again, do all the other stuff somewhere else. This is purely focused on the money coming in because, again, tapping into Pearson's law here, measure and record improves drastically. It can work in either direction, guys. This doesn't really care which direction it works in. It's the law. It doesn't care if it's recording the money leaving or recording the money coming in. It will work either way. So that's why we focus just on the money coming in when we do this, okay? So keep that in mind. And then where we were, daily tracking. So here's how you're going to break it up. Now that you have the goal, the money you know, and the balance most importantly, so 5,000 in the example we're giving, you are then going to divide this number by 4, which I believe would be 1,250. I might be wrong, but I think that's right. 1,250. And your first week goal is going to be to hit $1,250. So you'll write, wherever you're keeping the goals for this, you'll write week 1, $1,250. And that is now your goal for the first week. And then all you're going to do is start to track each and every day. At the end of every day is what I do, the amount of money that came in during that day. So let's say it's the 2nd of the month and I've acquired a new client that's paying me $250 starting this day, and it's reoccurring every month. That's not going to go towards the money I know, because I created that new revenue stream this month. So it'll be going towards the money I know the next month, but right now it's money coming in. So I would put that down and that would go towards week 1. Let's say on the 4th, I sell, maybe $300 worth of courses. I'll write that down and I'll list, okay, courses or whatever it is. And so you're gonna start tracking all of the money that comes in. Now this is gonna do a few different things, guys. Not only is this gonna make you better at your finances, keeping track of it using Pearson's Law, but what happens when you actually align with this, when you start focusing on money in this way, and money coming in, by the way, again, not leaving, you focus on these things, what's going to happen is ideas are going to start flowing in on how you can earn more money. And in fact, one of the biggest benefits of this exercise, of this tool, is the ideas that are now going to start flowing in because you're putting your focus in this area, in this arena. Suddenly, you'll see, okay, maybe I'm not going to make enough to hit my weekly goal this week. What can I do to increase the revenue coming in? And the ideas are going to start to flow. And so you need to be open to the ideas that are going to start coming in when you put your focus on this and then execute upon those ideas. And what I found when I was doing the money map over and over, as I've been doing it over these months, is so many ideas came flowing in. And in the beginning, I wasn't necessarily applying them. But as I started applying these ideas that started coming in to earn more money, my money map goals, I kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger because more and more was coming in. So allow the ideas to flow from all of this, because what's going to happen in the beginning is you're going to have a few 0 days. And if you have a 0 day, you are going to track that. Neutral is fine. Just don't track negatives. But neutral is fine if you have a $0 day, because what this is going to do is it's going to motivate you and inspire you to have as few of these as you can. And when I'm doing this money map as well, to this point today, I have very few $0 days, even though the first couple of months I did, because those first couple of months of getting a bunch of $0 days motivated me to go out and stop having $0 days. Even if it was just earning a little bit each day, $5, $10. Even if it was just, actually getting out there and promoting my courses or finding new ways. But what happened is all of this put me in the energy of earning money and bringing more in. And that's one of the best things this tool is going to do for you. Then you track it and it just all perpetuates and cycles on itself so that you are continually making more, avoiding 0 days, setting larger goals time and time again. And before you know it, you're going to be making more than you ever imagined. Before you know it, a few months down the line, your income is going to have doubled just from doing this simple practice, okay? So actually, just to give you one more thing, because it's important, after you finish week 1, you are going to subtract however much you made. So, and don't be afraid if you don't hit this target, guys. Again, you probably will fall short of your large goal. Don't expect that, but if you do, it's okay. You're still going to hit higher than if you set a small goal. But say week 2 will come along, you're going to subtract whatever that is, subtract the amount from your balance. So let's say you made, I don't know, $800 instead of $1,250. You'll subtract $800 from your balance, which is $4,200, and then you're going to divide it by the remaining weeks. So 3. So you're going to divide 4,200 by 3. I don't know that off the top of my head, but whatever it is, that is going to be your week 2 goal. So then week 2, you'll make your goal, whatever that is. So whatever it is, I'm not too great with off the cuff in my head calculations, but whatever 4,200 divided by 3 is, you're going to have as your week 2 goal. So you kind of see the system we're doing here. Then you'll have whatever you earn here, you'll add the amount you earned here with this one, subtract that from your balance, and then you will divide it by 2 for the 3rd week. And in the 4th week, you'll take, again, what you earned on week 1 through 3, subtracted from your balance, and that will be it. That will be what you're aiming to do on the 4th week, okay? And so that's the method you're gonna go through. And then at the end of the month, I calculate all of it. I put total, and I'll write that down. And then when I'm doing this for the next month, I will have amount I made last month, and then my new goal. So let's say my goal again was 8,000. Let's say I make or my goal was 9,000, and let's say I make 7,500. So next month I will write what I did last month, 7,500, and I'll make a new goal based on that. Not based on whatever my goal was the month before, but whatever I actually earned the month before. So I made, okay, 7,500, let's aim for 12,000 this month. And then I'll go from there. And you continually try and set those larger goals time and time again. And if you're doing this, guys, it will work. Like I said, this will guarantee it if you stick with it. Pearson's law is a law. What gets measured and recorded improves drastically. So if you stick with this, you are tracking on a daily basis these little consistent actions. You are allowing the ideas to flow, and you are executing on the ideas that you get when you have 0 days. You are going to see an absolute increase in your life. You are going to see more money come into your life. I absolutely guarantee it. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning into the video. I really, really do appreciate it. I really appreciate you joining me here. And I really hope that you will utilize this method because it 100% works. Again, like I said, I have only been doing it for about 6 months, but I've already doubled my income from when I started through doing this. And honestly, if I was a little more disciplined with it, and I've become more disciplined over the months, it probably would be even greater. And so I know over time, 6 months from now, it would probably be double or triple from what it is now. This method absolutely works, so please apply it. I really do want to see you bring wealth, money into your life. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. Leave any of your questions you have down below along with the affirmation. I love you guys as always, and I'll see you in the next video.